Just think about it. Did you brush your teeth this morning? Did you eat or drink anything that contained or needed water? 86% of all Americans use accessible drinking water in some way, shape, or form. Now, the government takes care of us, and with that, we have rights and they have obligations. We have the right to liberty, the right to freedom of speech, we have the right to religion, as well as due process, and many, many more. Now, basic survival needs for anyone and the human race would be water, food, shelter, and clothing. Now, the government does surprise some of us with the basic things. Now, that is food, shelter, water, transportation, education, as well as recreational parks. Our water system is based off of something that was created about 6000 BC in Mesopotamia and Egypt. Now, if we bring it to 1652, Boston was the first waterworks, and they used their water for firefighting. They used wood pipes, and in the 1800s they decided to change that to lead pipes because the wood pipes contain too much stagnant water. Contaminated water causes about 500,000 deaths each year in America. Now, some of the ingredients in our water would be fluoride, chloride, lead, copper, mercury, barium, some hormones, there's a few pesticides, and some other toxins, and a few other things. A few things are set up in place to protect us as American citizens. We have the Safety Water Drinking Act, and that was enacted in 1974, and that was to help ensure that our water will be kept to code. We also have the EPA, and that is something that regulates the amount of contaminants that we have in our water. They regulate about 8,000 of them. Air pollution is a huge topic when it comes down to water pollution because air pollution contributes so much. You have your organic waste, such as food. You have your organic waste, such as sewage. Then we have substance organic chemical waste, which is like your detergents, your oils, as well as your pesticides and fertilizers. That have high water pollution due to high air pollution would be Fresno, California, Bakersfield, California, Stockholm, California, a few more California states. Then you have Philadelphia, Bridgeport, Connecticut, New York City, and the list goes on and on. As well as there are a few that just have bad water pollution in general, and that's Durham, North Carolina, and Columbia, South Carolina, Jackson, Mississippi, and a few others as well as that. In order to understand why these places have high pollution, we have to understand what is going on and why is there so much pollution in our water in the first place. Now, the EPA does regulate 8,000 contaminants in our water, but however, they give the rights to each state to have up to 10,000. And that gives the state added minerals and things that to taste better in our water. Congress put a ban on lead pipes 30 years ago. However, 3.3 to 10 million homes still today have lead pipes. These lead pipes are known to dispose lead at the smallest fixtures of the pipes. Depending on where you live will determine how clean your water is. So if you live in high populated places, it will be a lot of high pollution, and that will cause a lot of high water pollution. So it goes hand in hand. Some areas have higher levels of water pollution due to factors uncontrollable, as in lead pipes, air pollution, population. Those factors are uncontrollable to the city and to the water. The people of Flint were given and are receiving contaminated water. It has Legionella bacterium in it, as well as high levels of chloride, 8 times the levels of the neighboring cities. This came about because government officials in Flint decided to change the water system from the Detroit River to use the Flint River in the meantime while they waited until another water source could be established. Many of the Flint residents have experienced hair loss, rashes, headaches, dizziness, and death has come about from this issue. Children of Flint have had a significant spike in their blood levels due to lead. The levels of lead that these children have experienced are known to cause irreversible brain damage as well as nervous system damage, growth and behavior problems, as well as development problems. St. Joseph, Louisiana has also been dealing with something similar to this for about 10 years now. Depending on where you live will depend on if your water is safe or not. If you live in high populated places, the chances of air pollution are high, which causes the chances of water pollution to be high. Also, the chances of pollution in general to be high. High populated places cause for high pollution. The government does issue advisories when there is something wrong with your water. They will issue you boil advisories or do not use advisories. And if you would like to find out if your water is safe or not in your home, you can always go to different websites and they will tell you which areas are high polluted and which areas you need to look out for, as well as they have new instruments that you can go out and you can find out if there is mercury, lead. Currently, we have a city that is in the state of an emergency, as well as St. Joseph, Louisiana, is going through the same crisis and has been going through it for 10 years, as well as several other cities have come forth with information that their water is unsafe as well. Our government is trying to fix this problem. President Obama did issue the Waters of the United States in 2015, and that is just a backup of the Clean Water Act and the Safety Water Act. It does protect a little bit more. However, it does not protect anything other than the things that are already in cases. If we all want to have clean water, we have to stop pollution. Thanks, you guys.